पूर्णानन्दरसानुभूतिसहित स्मेरप्रसन्नाननम् पूर्णेन्दुप्रभमात्मबोधनिलयम् शान्तं निरीहं परम् नित्यानित्यविचारसारचतुरम् निर्मत्सरं पावनम् श्रीभूमानन्दमहं नतोऽस्मि कलितानन्दं परं श्रेयसे
यं शैवाः समुपासते शिवैति ब्रह्मेति वेदान्तिनो बौद्धा बुद्ध इति प्रमाणपटवः कर्तेति नैयायिकाः अर्हन्नित्यथ जैनशासनरताः कर्मेति मीमांसकाः सोऽयं वो विदधातु वाञ्छितफलम् त्रैलोक्यनाथो हरिः सोऽयं वो विदधातु वाञ्छितफलम् त्रैलोक्यनाथो हरिः 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 Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru. We shall have the commencemental chorus recitation of Omkara 3 times. Interlock your fingers, sit comfortably erect, close your eyes, open the mouth and the heart and join me. I don't think you are vigorous and wholesome. Imbibe these qualities right now. Hari Om Tat Sat. Jai Guru. You had a full day of exposure to what is this Vedanta, knowledge as a subject by itself. At least you had some inkling of what exactly is the knowledge, where is the knowing process going on. And in order to have a knowing process, you must have the subject knower. He must be able to give rise to the process called knowing or thinking. As a result, as an outcome, you have knowledge. So this is a distinct process that takes place, just like in any other productional process. There must be somebody to produce some material to deal with. By administering different processes, the outcome, the raw material is converted into finished goods or even services. Exactly the same takes place in our within also. Unfortunately, we don't have the patience or the taste or the discretion to go into it. Right from the beginning, we are always involved in observing the world and the world processes. The world is revealed and shown by our insight. If the world is so beautiful, so enlarged, so great, what about the inside of man which is able to reveal to you this magnitude and majesty? In this way, nobody thinks about. It is just like good and brilliant children. They have grown well, they have risen to high positions. They totally forget to regard the father and the mother. Whatever intelligence they have, competence they have, all these are acquired by their personality, by their mind, brain, etc. All these they got from the parents. While they are using it and gloating over their success and achievement, they are ungrateful to the parents who have bequeathed such a legacy for them. It's a very common disease, a common lack with the people. In the same manner, we have no regard for the subject personality of ours, which is able to reveal and show to you the so-called world splendor, world magnificence, and the imposing magnitude of the world. Vedanta tries to equip you with this subject knowledge. When you have the subject knowledge, all the objective activities and interactions will be far easier, more efficient, more excellent. Excellence is not an outer quality. Excellence is ingrained in the personality of the performer, and it is not a coordinate of the body. It is a coordinate of the mind which employs the body, the intelligence which directs the mind. So excellence will have to be cultivated, imbibed and developed in your mento-intellectual plane. First of all, you should know that excellence is possible, it is cultivable, and every time you should be given to the thought and pursuit of excellence. Before going to bed, you should think of excellence at least a few times. Have I done my work of the day well? Could I have done it better? This kind of an evaluation before going to sleep you must have. After all, you lie on your bed. Instantly you may not sleep. Sometime you have. Use it usefully for introspection. I would like to describe this introspection as infusional introspection. The purpose of the introspection is to infuse the benefits and effects to the mind and intelligence. You are not introspecting over the objects of the world to improve the object processes and dealing. Here is the introspection by virtue of which our own mind will be imbued with the salutary features, the benefits we want to have to embody. This introspection is very important over whether you have done or run the day well. Could there have been some improvement, corrections? Could I have done it better? Did I speak well? Was I effective? Was my emotion all right? Its expression all right? How was my interaction? Was it effective to evoke the necessary response on the other party? This kind of an introspection. You observe the people, how they talk, how they behave, how their body language is. Every time you observe the others, some learning will take place. There are many people in this world far more intelligent than you are. Observe them, observe them. Automatically you will be absorbing the benefits of observation. So Vedanta specializes in this, and it repeatedly says, Shujir Daksha, be clean and hygienic, and be very clever, dexterous and efficient. Be kind to people, considerate to people, be interested in the welfare of the entire creatures of the world. This is what Vedanta is. It is a knowledge which instills purity and expansion to the mind, sharpness and more perceptiveness to your intelligence. Right from the beginning, it tells you that you have got an indestructible personality as the core of your being. Always cling to it. You are not conquerable. You are not destroyable. I have got an imperishable identity in me. This identity is what I am referring to as I. The I evidences it. I have been saying I ever since maybe we were 2 or 3 years. And every year, decades have passed, you still say I. There is no change in it at all. So it's an unchangeable entity. When you have that kind of an anchor in you, what else do you want? Contrary, everything in this world, all the planets and heavenly bodies in this world, all of them are changeful, changeable, transitory, transient, evanescent, fleeting. Whereas this I is unfleeting. So you are superior to the world. You already have an anchor, already have a refuge, already have an identity which is far beyond whatever the world, the creation has. This is what we have discussed. I am happy that you did some introspection individually, and I have been given a list of all the observations that you have made and the questions you have raised. We shall start answering the questions one after the other. Is it okay? Question number 1. How to progress towards enlightenment? When home, work environment not conducive, difficulty I have in accepting others' behaviors. How to progress towards enlightenment? Start exercising your knowing faculty, intelligence, and make it function, make it active. You are generally an emotional, mental man. Try to be an intelligential person. So the intelligence must always think about. If the intelligence is active, the product and outcome is knowledge. So I would like to be rational and introspecting. When you accept rationality and introspectiveness as a habit, good habit of my person, and you incorporate it, automatically you are approaching enlightenment. Engage your intelligence by giving suitable quest, probe and questions. How did Newton discover the force of gravity? Did the apple speak to him? Did the earth speak to him? Did they show any reaction? What about the surrounding air? Did his body speak to him? He exercised or employed his intelligence and went on probing into that quest. Why is it falling? Why is it falling? It falls and falls upon the earth. So there must be a relation between the two. What is that relation? Earth is not going to speak. What can possibly be present? What can possibly be present between the apple and the earth and circulating or radiating in the air? So one after the other, the intellection became sharper and sharper and sharper and sharper. The apple is very small, the earth is too huge. The apple cannot attract the earth. If possible, the earth alone can attract. So it must have a force of attraction. And wherever on the surface of the earth this must be happening. Maybe he experimented others also. Ultimately he found out. This is how you approach enlightenment. Engage your intelligence by giving suitable quest, probe and questions. Our Vedantic thinkers also formulated questions and inquiries before them, and they dedicatedly pursued it. Then they arrived at knowledge. Any quest when pursued can only land you in knowledge. So knowledge is had by pursuing questions, inquiries, quests or aspirations. Think for instance, as I told you, people say we should be truthful. What is the harm in being untruthful? I think the whole world will stop if everywhere there is untruth. You are known by your name. You cannot be known by another name. And everybody refers to you. In Kerala, we had a catastrophe recently. Suddenly, the Rapid Action Force unit of the police came, barged into a house, suddenly caught hold of X. And when he was being carried, the mother cried, so many people cried, he is innocent, why are you touching, why are you touching? They simply carried him away. treated him with third degree methods. But he was not the boy they were looking for. It was another person. The names were the same. And this boy died. Died in a matter of 2-3 days. You know, the police has instituted a case charging the policeman for murder. Can you imagine? Is it not an instance of untruthfulness? Should they not know whom they are arresting? Two people can be having the same names. So many people shouted, even then they did not hear. And they treated him very badly even while he was being carried in the jeep. And then very high officials are involved, including the superintendent of police. So, I don't think untruthfulness can sustain the world even for a minute. Our earth is very truthful, honest. The fidelity of the earth you must be able to absorb and assimilate. When did the earth started revolving and spinning? Can you tell me? And up to now, is there any change of the day? Some days it is 24 hours. At other times it is 24 plus or 24 minus. We are earth's children, products. Should you not be as sensitive, as reflective, as loyal as the earth is? So be honest, be consistent, be steadfast, be committed. There is no scope for being anything else. You are deflecting from the human standards whenever you do anything wrong. Why should one speak truth? Think about it and find your own answer. What is the harm in being dishonest? People say, be honest, honest. There is no option, my dear souls. You can only be honest in this world. Any dishonesty means the world will come to a stop. You go to any kind of a shop, maybe a railway station or any other place, give them large currency, buy goods, ask for the balance. They don't say you have not given so much money, and you don't say you don't get the balance. So the goods and the balance are given, they are satisfied, you are satisfied, nothing is wrong. You give 100 ringgit and ask for change. The people will give you change so much that they will total up to 100. Suppose you give 100 and they give only 95, will it be all right? So you expect everyone to be honest. Then how can you be dishonest? I think honesty is the only way. Then, so far as disparity and disharmony between you and the others are concerned, what I have to say is, I have already said it, you must give a broad place in your mind for all kinds of people in this world. Suppose you have a family of 5 members, and one or two of them are mischievous, irregular in their behavior. Even then they are family members. So do you stop living with them? Do you banish them? In the same manner, our larger family is the society, the place of work, etc. There may be 1 or 2 backbenchers or backtrackers. You have to give a place in your heart. This is what Bhagavad Gita says. What did he say? Suhran mitraj udasina madhyastha dveshya bandhushu sadhushvapicha papeshu samabuddhir vishishyate. You must have an evenness of outlook towards all kinds of people. Friends, well-wishers, enemies, middlemen, good and noble people. You cannot say, in my world only good people will be there. If some people are bad intrinsically by their own birth, whom are you pointing your finger at? He says, I am like this right from the beginning. If you are good, I am bad. The power that made you good has made me bad. I have a right to live or change my nature. I tried, I could not succeed. You try and change my nature. Why don't you go into the question seriously to the depth? Then, one point is, begin to see God in everything and everyone. Begin to see. It is a precept, a norm that I am trying to tell you. See God in everything unquestioningly. God is all-pervading, you will agree. If God is all-pervading, in everyone is the presence of God. Once you start seeing the cementing factor that God is present in everyone, your mind will grow a sense of acceptance towards all. You may not live with them, you may not become friendly with them, but you will accommodate them. Your mind will start expanding and your intelligence will be illumined, enlightened every day. By this one formula, one practice, seeing God everywhere, it will make you feel gradually the presence of God in everyone, including yourself. Prahlada, the young boy whose story appears in Srimad Bhagavatam, he was talking to his friends, classmates, and he was finishing the conversation in this manner. Would you like to hear? A 7-year-old boy, the son of Hiranyakashipu, a demon emperor, who was wanting to kill him, destroy him by several means but failed because he was embraced by the invisible Lord in his heart. Ultimately, the father became very desperate and fearful. All my efforts have failed. My son will not excuse me. And he tried to cut off his neck. But before that happened, something else. I am not going into the story, it will take time. That Prahlada, young boy, tells his friends, this is the words he said, Etavan eva lokesmin pumsa swartha parasmrita ekanta bhaktir govinde yat sarvatra tadikshanam. This is the supreme object of pursuit for human life. What did I say? This is the supreme object of pursuit for human life. There is nothing greater than that. This, if you pursue and succeed, you have everything and fulfillment in life. What is that? Ekanta bhaktir govinde. Ekanta bhaktir govinde. Say that. When I ask you, you should say joyously and fervently, I am not happy. Raise your voice. Ekanta bhaktir govinde. Ekanta bhaktir govinde. Endless devotion to the delightful Lord. And what is that? Yat sarvatra tadikshanam. Yat sarvatra tadikshanam. Yat sarvatra tadikshanam. Seeing Him everywhere. In what way is it difficult, you tell me? You begin to see God everywhere. It may be right, it may be wrong, you may be able to, not able to, but start seeing. In my young days, I had occasions to work with people who are all different. Whenever anybody speaks untruth, my blood used to boil. So I was finding it very difficult. This is my problem, not their problem. It is my problem. Then at one point of time, I felt everyone is right from his own point of view. As I am right, they are also right from their point of view. Till that point of view changes, they will continue to be. So at least they are loyal to that. Even truthful people are not so loyal to themselves. They sometimes change their stand. The untruthful people remain untruthful. So who is better, you tell me? So everyone is right from his own point of view. As you are right, others also are right. You may not agree with others, but you must be able to hear them and forbear them. You may not agree, but you must have ears open to hear. Then, always try to find out how effectively you can put across your idea and make him better. Effectively. Not that you shout. Spoken in which manner, approached in which manner, adopting which stratagem, I can make him better. You can think and improve. The second question is overview of Indian scriptures, poor anger management. If I ask you, would you be honest enough to stand up and see, let me see who has, that will give me a greater impression. Are you ready? Who has asked this question? You stand up so that will give me a better satisfaction and I will be able to remember you. See, an overview of Indian scriptures. We have the religious concept of God, the philosophical deduction on reality, as I mentioned, and thirdly, we have the spiritual self. What did I say? The religious God, the philosophical reality, and the spiritual self. These are the three concepts available in the whole religious, spiritual, philosophical, yogic front. Now, Hinduism says that all the three are the same. The God of religion and the reality of philosophy and the self of spirituality are the same. In other words, God and reality are synonyms of the self. Am I clear? Then understand, one gets angry when he does not know what to do. You examine your anger. Whenever you become angry, you know what is the meaning? You don't know what to do. You don't know what to do. So to be angry, don't you think it's a helpless plight of yours? Would you like to be angry, you tell me? Huh? Would others like to be angry? Then why are you so disobedient to yourself as well as others? So first of all, understand, avoid anger and hatred. It will eat you up. But we are likely to have irritation. Irritation is all right. But that irritation should not contain the least degree of anger or hatred. Learn to assimilate what others speak and do. Anything that you assimilate becomes enrichment. This sentence, why don't you copy it in your mind? Whenever you assimilate anything, any kind of input into your mind, assimilation means enrichment. As food is assimilated, becomes enrichment, health, blood in your system. Any input to the mind, when you assimilate, it becomes enrichment. In your interactions, meet always the other people with a better and a nobler response. He got angry. He disliked me. So he disliked me first, and I disliked him squared next. So you tell me, who is the greater criminal now? You know that to get angry is bad. So he got angry. Knowing that it is bad, you become double angry. So who is gravely wrong? So understand that we must always be better. He gets angry. Can I do anything better? So you get angry, I get angry, the third man gets still more angry, and the whole world becomes angry. So when you find something to be wrong, try to eliminate it in yourself.